G'day guys, Jarryd Mcneil here, and this is 5 minutes at the farm with me. Basically, starting now, we're going to do 5 minutes of me talking, kind of explaining what's been going on in 2020 and what a start to the year it's been. So, starting off 2020 was pretty cool. Had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of big things happening, and then boom, broke my wrist. Took a turn. So, missed out on a contest in Germany, and then I was invited to go back down to Australia again and do what I did last year, build the contest at the Adelaide 500 and then compete on it. It was a step-up contest, which was pretty sweet, and I got to build it last year. Unfortunately, breaking my wrist this year, I was unable to make it back to compete, but the guys, Dave Ellis and the team, they asked me to come back and build it again, which was pretty sick. I mean, it's pretty cool to know that the guys that are riding it want you there building it. Being a rider myself, it's always pretty cool to have other riders' input and to actually have the guys backing me to do the build, which was pretty cool. So went back down to Australia, caught up with my family for 2 weeks, and built the Adelaide 500 step-up contest. So that was pretty sick, watching the guys compete, and obviously it was pretty hard sitting on the sidelines not riding at it, but I mean, that's it. It is what it is. It kind of makes you stronger mentally. It like makes you get out there, and when you get back on the bike, want to work harder to getting back. So got through the Adelaide 500, which was really sweet. What did we do there? Just a little bit of fun stuff. It's obviously the guys were riding, but when the guys weren't riding, we got to meet some cool people, done a lot of cool networking, and signed a bunch of autographs and met a bunch of cool people, which was sweet. So moving on from the Adelaide 500, came home to Australia for about a week. Had about a week at home, just kind of chilling, resting, spending some time with my fiance, and yeah, basically rolling on after that. I headed out to Tucson for Caterpillar. So I had a deal set up before I went to the Adelaide 500 that when I got back, I was going to head out to Tucson and work on a really cool project with Caterpillar. So basically, the guys at Tanaha Proving Grounds, they gave me an idea to build a track with 14 other operators, and we had an hour to build a track. We had to move 3,000 tons of dirt and shape a track, and then I got to ride in front of it, in front of a live crowd. So we started off the week. I think the first build took about 2 hours to move 3,000 tons. Basically, we just had to figure out what operators needed to be where on what machines at the right time throughout the build. And basically, the start of the week, we started off with basically a 2-hour build, and we got it down to an hour, actually just under an hour, which was pretty sick. So had my first show that following Friday in front of a live crowd of people from Caterpillar, sales reps and customers of Caterpillar. A lot of Australians actually, which was pretty cool. We had guys from Williams Adams and West Track, all those guys out here, and they were watching it. And this was all prior to Con Expo. So basically we wrapped up that week, and then I headed out to Con Expo for Steel Wrist. So I was out there with Steel Wrist and their operators basically doing demos in their demonstration area. They had a little demo yard there where they had all the equipment on display. So basically I was there kind of just being a face of the brand, a brand ambassador, signing autographs and operating in front of a live crowd, which was pretty sick. I mean, getting to get amongst the earth moving community and be involved in the construction world is pretty cool, and to be able to be a part of Steel Wrist and working with that guy, with that company was pretty cool. And I guess just being at Con Expo, I mean, this is one of the biggest construction expos in the world, and being amongst Caterpillar and all these different brands and being able to do some really cool stuff, work with my filmer Eric on some pretty cool projects while we were there, and yeah, I guess just mixing it up there, and yeah, it was pretty sick to see all the equipment live, all the new stuff that they're bringing out, all the new technology. Caterpillar's demonstration area, that was pretty sick. They had the operated challenge, which unfortunately I didn't get to compete in it because I didn't make it through to the finals, but it was really cool to see a bunch of operators and and I guess networking with a bunch of operators while we were there. Basically meeting a bunch of influencers through social media, guys that I've spoke to and followed a bunch, and actually getting to go to ConExpo and actually meet all the guys that you follow on social media was pretty cool. And I guess doing ConExpo right in the middle of the Caterpillar stuff that I was doing out at Tanaha. So basically we were driving from Tanaha out to Vegas, which is about 7 hours. So I was lucky to have my filmer Eric do the driving for that. But we did some long hours of driving prior to ConExpo, so we had to drive from Tucson out to Vegas, and then spent the week at Vegas doing obviously the ConExpo stuff, and then we had to pin it back 7 hours back to Tucson to do 2 more shows back there. That was pretty sick, being able to, you know, mix up the week or the 2-week period with ConExpo in the middle, and just being out there and getting to operate equipment with the guys at Tanaha was pretty sick. So yeah, getting to do all that and wrapped all that up, which was pretty sweet. Got to do some cool filming out there and do some filming projects with Caterpillar, which was a dream come true of mine. And then basically wrapped up there, and then we came home to chaos. Basically the world was falling apart as we know it. So here we are at the Mcneil farm. This is about 3 weeks now into quarantine. Basically the world is shut down around us, and we're not allowed to do anything. We're not allowed to go out and get in big groups and congregate anymore. Bit different, obviously 28 years old, I've never seen anything like this. Never been through anything, lived through anything like this. It's such a weird time to go into town seeing people in the Western world wearing masks and you know, having to line up to go into Home Depot to buy supplies or the grocery store. It's like different times, but what's really cool is being able to have 10 acres of my own property to be able to quarantine at. I mean, being out here at the Mcneil farm, being able to pretty much live my normal life out here. I mean, basically me and my fiance go and buy groceries in bulk anyway and try and spend as much time as we can at home because I'm always traveling. So basically we're taking this time to stay home and kind of recoup, let my body re-heal physically and mentally, and basically just put in some time out here training, like making some new cool stuff, working on the on projects at the farm, and you know, working on the foam pit, and then yeah, just building cool stuff like what we do every day. It's always fun out here. Unfortunately, I'm about a week or 2 away from being married. So I was meant to marry Kelsey on April 11th, which unfortunately we've had to tell my friends and family at home in Australia to stay there, and all family and friends here in the US to stay home. And basically Kelsey and I, we have to postpone the wedding. Hopefully we can have it later in 2020 or early 2021. Fingers crossed. Bit bummed about that, but obviously what we're going through right now, there's nothing we can do about it. So yeah, we just stick to our plans and try and stay healthy and get through this tough time. Alright guys, you know I like to talk for ages. I'm a bit of a blabbermouth, so we'll finish it there. I might have ran over time, but it is what it is. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave some comments. Let me know what your thoughts are, or if you have any questions for me, and hopefully I can answer them in the next one. But yeah, stay tuned, stay safe, don't cough or sneeze on anyone, and stay corona free.